Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome to Last Man Sitting. It's a third-person shooter, Bullet Heaven. There aren't many of those, and it's about going around an office fighting robots that have invaded your office. I'm not entirely sure whose office this is, frankly. There we go. But yeah, you're going around fighting robots that are invading the office, and I think you're just here for like 15 minutes. Okay. And otherwise, it's got pretty standard Bullet Heaven mechanics. Ooh. On ability damage, no. Reduce movement speed, but increase weapon damage is kind of tempting, but I don't think we need that. Let's see what else it can get. Turret to your shoulder. Ability damage, no, let's go for a turret and see what I can get with that. On weapon fire, build up charge and release lightning arcs. Sure. On lightning damage, discharge lightning from your chair. Hi. Yeah, we're going to go for a lightning build if I can. Increase movement and dash speed. Yeah, that seems awesome. Fire lightning bolts when moving is really tempting too, but I do have to go for the higher rarity upgrades if I can. I do have enough money? Yes. So we can snag one of these. Increase all lightning damage dealt by 10%? Sure, I'll take it. Alright. So now I'm just kind of going full Tesla gun here, and that should be fun. I'll try and intro this, but I mean, this is pretty standard Bullet Heaven through and through. The one thing about this is I don't think it does secret evolutions, really. It's more about every evolution is just max out and upgrade to level 5, and it'll just give you whatever the evolution is. Which actually sounds kind of nice for me. I like hunting for secret evolutions. I think that can be really fun. Stay in the zone, except for the zone moves. Yeah, hunting for secrets and evolutions is like a joy. It's just... kind of feels like every single Bullet Heaven just does the same thing, which is just pair this passive with this active, and they almost kind of become... Okay, there we go. Gain over health when leveling up. Decrease health, increase damage, deal bonus instance of your weapon damage to targets. Oh, but that's on ability damage. Let's go for the yearly bonus over health when leveling up. Bullet supply chain lightning. I do like repetition, but I don't use my ability much. And also we're going for this kind of hard lightning build, and I want to very much lean into that one and see where it goes. Let's see. Evolutions wise, I don't know. I've been wanting more Bullet Heavens that kind of experiment with that. One of those where like you can actually evolve any weapon with any passive and they have different like results. I think that could be really neat. But I just haven't seen a whole lot of Bullet Heavens really experimenting lately. Shot supply shatter. What does shatter do? Stackable effect, fires shards from the target. Otherwise, let's grab never stop lightning bolts. As I travel, I might as well, once again, just really stack on this whole lightning thing. Oh, hello? Well, I think I'm in the right spot. At the very least, it does not seem safe for me to leave. I do not want to go out there, even though there's, I guess, this zapping enemies. Oh, that would have been helpful earlier. So the other thing we want to look out for are more of these piggy banks. They're periodically strewn throughout the level. They give us coins that we can spend on vending machines. Ow, that's a lot of enemies. Ow, that hurt. Let's see. Increase attack speed, heal 25, or increase burning. Let's go for that. On weapon fire, build up and release lightning arcs. Let's go for that. Destroy every statue once. Oh, these things. Okay, if you choose an upgrade 5 times, it'll evolve. Since you're new to the fight, we thought we'd give you a helping hand. Okay, which one? Lightning arcs is now level 5. And that gets me an evolution. Lightning arc supply chain lightning. Chain lightning stacks plus 6. That's fun. Okay, actually I should probably be close to these guys. Whoa. Okay. And we have a new quest. Quest is here. Quest seems to always be here. I'll take it. Clean up the trash. What trash? Oh, this trash. I don't know how much this is trash remaining. Okay, I'm just gonna go full ham. Seems like there's just a ton all over the place. 6 trash 3. Okay, looks like there was extra. Decrease health. No. Briefly become immune to damage on dash. Actually might be really good, considering how much damage I'm taking. And how often I seem to dash through enemies. Which I did not realize was risky. Today I learned. Okay. Ooh. Fire lightning bolts when moving, so that reduces the amount of units that I have to travel, increases the damage and the radius. Yeah, it's pretty good. Big guy incoming. Let's see, do I not have? No, I do not have. Oh, there's the big guy. Dorp. Whoa. Okay, that hurts. Actually. But also he got wrecked really fast. Okay. On ability used for a brief moment, your ability has no cooldown. Explosive rounds or shot supply burning. Kinda want to go for the high caliber explosives, but I don't know if that's a good idea. If I re-roll this, do we get something more interesting? On dash, trigger your ability. Ooh. Trigger delay. 0.3 seconds. That's nice. Oh, yeah. Walked right into that. Yeah, keeping my health high is actually going to be really tricky here. I have a small amount of regen, but it's harder than you'd think. And yeah, we want to keep an eye out for these gold piles, as those are very much going to be how I heal and keep hale and hearty. That's just damage immune for a little while, which is nice. We like that. Increase movement speed and dash. Yeah, there's some other stuff that I'd love within this, but the faster I move, the easier it is to kind of avoid enemies, but then also the more I trigger that lightning on movement. Ow. Ooh, health. There we go. Oh, this is kind of working. It's a mess, but it's fun. Okay, increases all lightning damage dealt. I think I have to go for the heal. Much as I'd like that damage, we are dying. I don't like that. I'm trying very hard to somewhat live. Okay, more healing. Okay, maybe I should have bought the lightning upgrade after all. Turns out we were actually getting plenty of health pickups. I just needed to hold on. Actually, wow, it's giving me a ton. There's another one. Fire lightning bolts when moving, make it even cheaper. And now we have never stop, triggers a lightning storm. Radius is huge. Okay, definitely want the movement speed. Okay. Well, I also now have an obscene amount of money. Where'd that come from? Let's see. Increased chance of upgrade duplication. It's like 0.5%. I'll grab it if we have nothing else, but I think I kind of want to go for lightning damage and attack speed, if I can get them. Alright, there we go. Yeah, one of these things must have given me just like a ton. We might actually have just broken this. Like I might have just created a perpetual lightning storm that covers the entire level and lets me just do goofy damage to the whole everyone. Doesn't seem like it's huge amounts of damage. It's just, you know, one here and there. But that stacks. Okay, more lightning damage? Yeah. Damage immune for a little while. Wow. I read one of the reviews for this that it was extremely easy to break this game. They weren't kidding. This is very busted. Honestly, I don't mind necessarily. Okay, yep, quests are always over here. Okay, clean up the trash. Easy enough. Keep going for that movement speed. Can I get up here? Yes. Just takes a little bit of doing. I don't actually know if there's really much of a reason to be up high. Okay. Lightning damage, lightning from your chair. Yeah, we want to snag that. Okay, quest is now complete. Traveling some distance. Increases damage and health. I mean, we might as well grab that. This is like full speed mode build. Well, maybe not full speed mode. But I benefit greatly from just constantly moving. Let's see. Lightning damage, discharge lightning from the chair. Make that radius bigger. Grab whatever that is. I think it was a double damage upgrade, which is fine. Yeah, like half these enemies are just getting absolutely own-zoned right at the entrance. Ooh. Bunch of experience. Don't know if that scales. Let's keep going for that. You know, I was thinking I'd go for the chain lightning on my weapon, but we haven't needed it. No, we want to get the evolution. Okay. Create an explosive coffee pot on dash. Not as, like, pivotal good as I was hoping it would be, but that's fine. Weapon damage. I could have re-rolled that, but I don't get many re-rolls, so this is not the biggest. Discharge lightning from the chair. Discharge leaves static electricity on the ground. Radius 1,000. Wait, but that's constant. Oh no. Oh, that's one hell of a synergy we've got going there. Chain lightning? Yeah. And yeah, I'm leveling so much that I've got, yeah, 290, 270 health. Oh, hopefully this will unlock a new level for me to play around in. So judging by the fact that I have these 6 slots, it seems like there's certain passives that you can get multiple of. Maybe. Quest is spawns, usual spot. But the... Okay, clean up the trash again. Let's see. Actually took some damage. Weird feeling. But yeah, the 6 ability slots that we kind of start with? I don't know if I'd say start with. Those 6 like base ability slots, we can only have those 6. But I can keep stacking these little ones a bunch. Shocked enemies have a chance to be struck by lightning. Oh, that's goofy. Reduce size and health, but increase movement speed. Baby, let's go. I must have completed the quest. And then I'll work on the turret. Not that the turret is particularly good. So this is actually one of those situations where having a bunch of rerolls is actually probably, like, really good. Dance monkey dance. Me? Oh, I see. They're chucking bombs at me. They're not really catching me, though. Is that a fridge? Am I gonna get salted by fridges? Are they... Is it still Dance Monkey Dance? I can't tell. Everything's exploding in my vicinity. And maybe that's fine. Whoop. Avoid those. How many of these can I buy? Go for attack speed. Looks like that might be all of it. Yeah, supposedly this also has multiplayer. I have no idea what that would even look like. But unfortunately, it's not the most stable thing. So, I don't think... Well, I'm definitely not going to be featuring it in this video. But it might be something I come back to at a later date. If I can convince some friends to invest the time. Unfortunately, most of my, like, direct friend group, not big on bullet heavens, which I can't blame them. A lot of them are, like, very much standard style, you know, Gungeon Isaac roguelike enjoyers, and not so much on the bullet heaven side. And unfortunately, you don't level up much past a certain point here. So I'm not getting my, like, crazy overheal that I was getting earlier. I'm immune to damage. You can't stop me. And most of these enemies are just, like, permanently stuck here getting turbo shocked forever. So yeah, I think I'll stay away from the heal, or the overheal on level up. It's good early. Later, maybe not so much so. Add 3 more turrets to your shoulder. Baby. Wait, okay, that's not... I guess it's 3 more turrets. I was not expecting it would just be shooting in every direction, but hey. Unfortunately, it feels like at this point I'm just doing circuits. Okay, restore all missing health. Now, let's get some more Icarus credits. Are you the big guy? You are the big guy. Get zapped. Better than 73.9% of players. What? Really? Fell short. I'm insulted. Okay, so we've got weapon fires an additional time chair upgrade. Deal 30% of poison damage to enemies near you, and experience pickup range goes up by 50%. Ooh. Okay, some of these are kind of good. I didn't expect this to have much of an ample meta progression system, but it looks like it does. Because yeah, this one... Oh no, it wasn't improved. We just got a rare version of it. Okay. I don't know if Regenerate was actually that amazing, but I also think I'll keep it, just because I don't really have too much of a choice. But weapon fires an additional time seems extraordinarily strong. What do we have here? New gun. Shotgun. Not sure how I feel about it. I love the animation of the guy. But that does seem really risky. Oh well, freedom. Who knows? Maybe I can just crank up that fire rate a bunch. Icarus were making strides in the market. Not quite sure what they did. But they sure were making money. I suppose they thought automation would be their next big step. So I've gotten a couple of comments from people recently. Wait, is this just an animated share? It is an animated share. Okay. So what do we want to do? Ability damage, unability damage, apply poison on kill, chance to become a ball of death, dealing damage around you. I could go for an ability run. Ability to poison damage. Apply poison. Could. We could also go for a poison build. None of these excite me. Fire an additional time before reloading. I think the conflict solver seems quite good. I really appreciate that you can break the legs off of some of these enemies. Oh, right. And I should be getting piggy banks. Because they actually have good upgrades for me. What the hell? I think that was a helicopter that got stuck in the ground. Okay, do we want to apply burning stacks this time? Yeah, let's see if I can go for a fire build. I just want to see... We did lightning. We haven't tried burning yet. And I might as well. Destroy all the crates. Nice and easy. So, big bonus on the shotgun. Ooh. Movement and dash speed, I think I will still grab. I know we had that last round, but that's such a good quality of life. Undamaged dealt, increase movement speed further, chance to gain some overhealth when killing enemies, but we don't know how much. Or decrease... Ooh. I think I'm going to go the on-kill. chance to gain some overhealth, just because there's a lot of enemies to kill. And that should give me at least a fair bit more comfort zone. Okay, I think that thing does an AoE. Ability damage. I'm curious about Shatter as well. Every few seconds, launch heat seekers towards a burning enemy. Yeah. Now I just need to have more enemies that are on fire. Oh. Termination zone. Or termination time? Okay, it's actually coming this direction, so I think I might be in a comfortable spot. Nope. Okay. Wants me to be here. This seems untenuous. Or untenable. Okay, on weapon damage, apply poison. On ability damage, on weapon damage, apply Shatter. Shatter stacks 4. Shatter, stackable effect, fire shards from a target dealing damage per stack applied. Otherwise, weapon damage damages poison. Ah. I'm just not going for a poison build. The Shatter would be interesting, but I don't know if Shatter damage applies. And there's nothing I can do to avoid this. Damn. I should have just gone with the poison. Okay, I've got a decent amount of money. Actually, in retrospect, that's not very good. I guess I'll just go for the Shatter. Because Shatter could be interesting. Yeah, we might want to actively go for more rerolls, considering I don't think there's a way to replace stuff in my on my build lineup. And so, you know, what I get is what I've got for the rest of the run. Because I want to go for the heat-seeking burning build. But if it's not going to be friendly for me, just protect the executive. 3 executives remaining. Wait, quest failed. Who's what? Well, didn't get that one. I don't know. Do we want to just do weapon damage, apply Shatter? Sure. I'll see if there's some way for me to get more. Honestly, this build actually seems like it would be banger good for Shatter. Or I think we might just lose. Which might not be terrible if this isn't exactly panning out the way I want to. Yeah, I think Shatter's the trick. The fire's nice, but the heat seekers just aren't playing. Let's see where it wants me to go. Or, you know, I just die. Yeah, I'm toast. That's okay. I don't think that one was working nearly as well as Super Lightning Chain Gun. I don't know if I like the shotgun, but if I go Shatter, maybe it'll be okay. Well, at least we get something. Defense 2. Oh. We also have a 3rd upgrade slot, which is actually huge good because now I can fit 3 of these things. So take 15% less damage. It's okay. Add 1 extra reroll. Shatter to nearby enemies every 3 seconds. Dash cooldown's kind of tempting. I mean, 30% of poison damage to enemies near you is kind of tempting. Let's use that. Go for those. I don't know. Do we go back to the chain gun? I think I'll go back to the chain gun. Shotgun seems fine. I think the main problem is just there's too many enemies. Oh, I'm not on custom difficulty. What is this? Oh no, I am on normal. Oh, next level on hard difficulty. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Maybe. Observing others' work reminds employees that they should feel privileged and free during the break they get in moving between workstations. Ouch. Yeah, chain gun doesn't do as much damage as the shotgun. That's the one thing. Ow. Ooh, that was 30 damage. That's rough, man. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need some healing. Shot supply shatter. Sure. Actually, that's extraordinarily good. Because we're applying a ton of shatter to enemies. Okay, so we want to go, ideally, for a shatter build. Enemies with shatter take more damage. Yersh. Grabbing that money. I wonder if there's a way to give myself more pickup range when it comes to picking up money. For each equipped shatter upgrade, health is increased. Sure. And I don't know if there's an upper limit on shatter either. So I'll have to play around with that. Oh, the quest spawns. Gotta pay attention to that. So the one problem with shatter is it doesn't... Okay, protect the executives. Oh, these guys. Three executives remaining. The executives are abysmal. My only hope is that I can keep some of them away from the bots away from this guy, but he has got a death wish. Oh, quest complete. Thank you. Overhealth when killing enemies. Okay, so it's not as good as I'd like, but it's still better than nothing. Get your savings. Okay, damage based on your max health. Is kind of tempting. Got it. Now I have a ton of money. Sick. Yeah, so I mulched through the basic guys nice and quick. It's really the tougher ones that mess me up. Okay. Increases weapon damage? Probably. Shatter damage dealt. Attack speed. Oh, I guess I should actually be going for max health. If I can. Okay. That should be good. So yeah, the one issue with a shatter build is that if I don't actually kill something, the shatter isn't that helpful. Luckily, there's a lot of weak little guys for me to shatter a bunch. Kind of. Yeah, picking up all of his gold is trickier than I thought it would be. Yeah. I was killing the dang fridges. Quest spawning. How much money am I sitting on? Decent chunk. Yeah, health to damage bonus. Not amazing, actually. Unless it's... Oh, it's flat. Okay, if I'm lucky, I can protect both of these guys this time. No, I can't. We're hosed. There's so many of them. Okay. Right. We also have go crazy mode. Problem is finding where the executives are in this mix. Got it. Okay. Increase experience gain, reduce experience pull rate to 0, but vacuum all experience every 30 seconds. Yo. It's very good. But I think I'm gonna go for all-nighter. Ow. Because that supposedly will increase my health. No, that's not much of an upgrade. Okay, termination time is, of course, terrifying. I'm in a better state than I was. Ow! Oh, even just getting hit once there is gnarly. Yeah, because, like, you get touched, you get toasted. I don't think this shatter build is what I was hoping for. Unfortunately. Okay, reroll 2, which I appreciate. Yeah, I don't think the poison build's... Well, poison build's fine. Let's see, blast of poison. Yeah, this would give me 2 extra rerolls. Good for going for kind of a limited build. I think I'm still going to keep with what I've got, though. I'll just hope. Because, yeah, Shatter just didn't have any, It relied entirely on killing enemies, but if the enemy that I needed to kill was tough, then it was not worthless. It just wasn't any good. Every once in a while, I get, like, sniped by something. At least it feels that way. It's probably just one of the guys hitting me. Yeah, it's just one of those guys being behind me. Well, poison expires. Target is dealt a portion of the poison damage instantly. I mean, considering we are kind of going for a poison build, we should probably lean in on it. Multi-shot. And bonus weapon damage. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, that's so much better than I was expecting it would be. Poison has a chance to spread on kill. Okay, quest has protect the executives. Again. Now that I know what an executive looks like, this is probably easier. Unfortunately, I think most of them are going to die. Much as I want to grab this one, let's grab Poison Expires, apply a weaker poison. Okay. One executive remaining and has no sense of self-preservation. Increased ability damage, move speed, decrease health, increase damage. Oh, health multiplier by 80%. That's actually not too bad. Okay, termination time. Let's see. Poison expires. Apply weaker poison. Okay, it looks like we're in the right spot. And what I'm looking for is the upgrade that makes it so when I'm... Ow. Or didn't hit me. I guess jumping around should make these guys a little easier. They're not hit scan, but they're close. Or never mind, wasn't a problem. Grab the cash. Okay. Don't want any of these. This is why I have 3 rerolls. Damage applied burning? No. Buffer's kind of nice. I'm gonna grab the buffer. Just to give me that little bit of extra survivability. Oh, I'm looking pretty toasted. Let's see. Poison damage dealt. Tempting. Yeah. Garbage. But I don't want to use a reroll on this one. Grab burning, not that it matters. Okay, poison expires. Yeah, what I really... Oh! Got lucky that one guy wasn't there. Please don't be executives again. Destroy the crates. Okay, I can work with that. Nope! Missed one. Damn. Hard mode is, living up to its name. There's probably an amount of meta progression I'm missing to make this easier. Well, we now have 60 extra base health. I don't think I have anything else. Do we just ready up? I think so. Yeah, I really like that multi-shot. I would love to keep that as like a build option. I mean, technically we do. Because we have the, weapon fires a second time legendary upgrade, which is quite helpful. Okay, credit where, well, I guess it's not credit where credit is due. The, poison damage from the poison globs, not amazing. Trigger your ability again. I mean, it could. It's mainly getting that ability cooldown down enough to be worth it. I could. Okay. So now when I do my chair spin and it applies it, it does a double kick. Or a triple kick? Triple kick. Problem is it's on a long enough cooldown that that's slightly unreliable. Well, we'll see. Okay. Yeah, see, this is the problem with an ability build, is that not every ability is ability focused. I don't know, I always struggle with this on some games. The idea of, like, build crafting. Whenever... Oh, shoot. On ability used creates damaging winds around you. The ability damage is tempting too, but I need more, like, interesting things to kind of pair with it rather than just scaling its damage. No, not again. Yeah, I'm not really not feeling those winds. Nor am I actually even seeing what they do. Okay, ability damage apply shatter. I mean, at least it more or less lets me just, like, hyper spin fairly often. But yeah, its range is, could be better. Okay, deal a bonus instance of your weapon damage to targets on ability damage. It's okay. Problem is I don't do damage. I'll go for the damage and health for traveling. I don't know if that's any good. Let's see, termination time again. So this is something that kind of comes up with a lot of conversations with me and roguelikes and whatnot. Ooh. Oh, termination time is rough. This is kind of okay. But for me, I think I've kind of lost interest in a lot of roguelikes RNG. I think because so many of them don't actually have that much RNG to them. You know, this game so far, I think I've only seen like somewhere around 20 different abilities. Most of which have no real synergies between each other. You know, it's very much like the poison build, the fire build, the shatter build, the ability build, but even then the ability build feels a little bit more nebulous and not the most supported. The lightning build was like a really clear winner. In a way that like was demonstrably effective. Okay. Destroy the crates. Ow. I think one of my big issues is I keep charging through enemies and keeps killing me. I'm trying to figure out the bonus damage based on health. Over health when leveling up, ability damage 100%, on dash immune to damage. Well, I should go for that. But the double all ability damage is up real good. Supposedly. I'm not actually really noticing much of a difference. Let's see. Go here. Problem is, like, what do I do with any of these? I don't know. It's not like none of these help a ability build. You know, it's all elemental focused, and I currently kind of do poison, but like only occasionally. But so for roguelikes, I want synergies. I want to like play around in interesting spaces and see where they get me, if that makes sense. And I want to see like I want to see like where abilities combo together and like how. And I find a lot of roguelikes, especially the ones that are like super random with what they give you. Yeah, each equipped shatter upgrade, like this is meaningless. I have one shatter upgrade and I wish I didn't. I can caltrops, I suppose. Okay, these are the caltrops. Let's see how much damage they do. It's 5 or 6. Is bad, man. And I mean, that's the most basic version, but as far as I can tell, if that's the case, that means that the caltrops don't benefit from bonus ability damage, which is confusing because it kind of feels like everything triggered by my ability should then in turn... What does that thing do? I have no idea. I was assuming these purple fields were like a damage field, but it's not. Okay. You know, I want to see the interplay of all of these different abilities, and usually the, like, kind of counter-argument is that, well, if you were given everything on the on a silver platter, the game would be boring. To which I'd kind of question, does not being given it make the game more interesting? It makes it harder. Yeah, right now I just don't have the DPS. The best I can do is spin when everything gets close, and then they melt, but only some things. Yeah, this is just a run that's just not going to have enough DPS to make it anywhere. Big guy incoming. I can't even tell where anything is. Damaging winds around you. Okay, that's kind of something. Fury winds gains massive range. I mean, that's probably good. I find a lot of games that force me to slog through a bunch of not really useful stuff. I just end up with nothing, and I'm just sitting there with nothing, waiting for something to show up before I die. And so, with a lot of roguelikes, it just ends up being in this like weird situation where I'm not having fun, and I'm not winning, and I'm not... It almost feels like a slot machine, but in a bad way, where it's like, keep rolling keep pulling the lever, keep hitting the slots until you get the winning run that actually feels good and exciting. And, you know, with enough, like, knowledge and expertise with a number of games, you very much can learn how to, you know, manipulate the game in such a way that it becomes easier to get the run you want. And there's some level of satisfaction of knowing that, you know, being able to mess with the system, mess with pools, know which upgrades pair well together, and so on and so forth. Oh, okay, so the boss fight currently has just the timer going. Why the hell is this the round that's doing well? I guess it's because the ability does do a ton of damage and does wipe out a bunch of stuff in the area, but I'm probably just not running into enemies. Weapon damage, take increasingly more damage and are slowed. On dash, trigger your ability. I do like this one too, but dash blast means now I can use my ability whenever I dash, which feels kind of pivotal for this one considering how busted everything else is going, kind of. Because yeah, now I can dash to use my ability every like 0.3 seconds. Okay, increase health, nothing else matters. I did think I took some damage there. Maybe I should have gotten the take no damage on dash. I don't know. Hard to say. Let's see. But yeah, I feel like I'm pulling slot levers instead of actually coming up with some interesting build. I'm just waiting for the RNG system to finally give me a run that I'm going to enjoy. And it's making me hate a lot of roguelikes. Ow. Yeah, I really wish these enemies actually, like, didn't just do contact damage. Because half the time I can't tell if I'm killing them or not because they're too close to me. Okay, double time. Ability activates twice. Well, that would have been lovely. Yeah, I think the real thing that's going to make some of these runs easier, upgrade slot 4. Oh boy. I don't know if how many upgrade slots do we get? Is 4 at the top or do we get more than that? I don't know. Do I change anything? Yeah. This whole poison thingamadoo ain't working. Let's go for a quick dash, reduce dash cooldown by a little bit. Let's see. Passive experience, evasive. The lightning one was nutty. Oh, yeah, I guess if I want to go for the ability build, I should have had maybe ability damage. I think the main issue is I need another ability. I think the chair spin is kind of okay. Increase weapon damage. Take 15% less damage, maybe? That'd certainly help. Or I could go for the experience pickup radius just to make sure I'm flush up. Because I know we can beat this. We got actually pretty far on that one. Yeah, the problem is chair spin. Like, I want to replace my chair. But I don't know how to even unlock any of the other chairs. Oh well. Okay, go with this again. And so I'm not minding it, like, over much here, just because the game is kind of goofy, but... Let's see. It's goofy, and it definitely has that, like, bullet heaven, try again until you get a really good build that you can really lean on and enjoy. And so I think, like, it's actually doing that quite well in a way that a lot of bullet heavens haven't been doing it for me. I think the other thing is putting it in a 3D space introduces an interesting level of, like, dynamism. I'm not doing that again. This one's not bad. Health to bonus damage. The main question I can't tell with this is, does that just mean I'm getting 4% extra damage because that's what my health is? Or am I converting... I was hoping it would be converting a percentage of my max health into a flat damage bonus, at which point that would be insane. But I think currently it's just a 4% damage bonus, which is not much. Yeah. Ability damage. I didn't mind the shoulder guard. It wasn't the most exciting. I don't want either of these. Wish this game had a banish. Boomerang. On kill, create whirring blades. Now that I'm interested in. I think the immediate problem is it does require me to kill an enemy, which is not as good, but if I compare that with other things, it can lead to infinite chain death, which is what I'm looking for. It's all ability stuff, though. There we go. And so, yeah, one of the things to make these games kind of feel better is either drafting a couple of upgrades or letting you almost kind of set like a weight at the beginning. One of the games I really, really liked, even though I wasn't able to like fully use or exploit it, let's see. Turret to your shoulder? I suppose. I have no choice. Let's see. On ability damage burning, weapon damage chain lightning. Don't make me do this. Don't make me do another chain build. I guess I can do electrifying rounds again. I just don't want to go for the full lightning build. But I guess if I just go for electrifying, that's not super bad. How long do I have to protect this guy for? Okay, on weapon damage apply shatter. Sure. Problem is that's another like on kill thing. Increase weapon damage but reduce attack speed. I mean, it's poor good. On dash, become immune to damage. I'll snag that one. Makes my life a little easier. I should have gone for the double damage. I actually really like attacking fast in these games, namely because a lot of these enemies aren't that tough. And a lot of proc abilities scale off of... a lot of proc abilities scale off of... Whoop. Off of how fast you hit, and so... Like, unless that scales my damage... Okay, did we get it? I'm assuming we did. Did I get a reward for that? I guess it's just survival. Or it's maybe the detonating bomb. Might be. Let's see. What was I gonna go with on any of these? Oh, quest spawn. We like those. Yeah, we do have cash, which I should probably spend. Give me some upgrades. Keep going attack speed. Shatter damage dealt. Upgrade duplication. Attack speed again. Weapon damage. I'll take it. Alright. Go from here. This is gonna say about any of these things. Oh, right. It was one step from Eden? I think it was one step from Eden. Was a Mega Man Battle Network style, roguelike, really. It was quite good, extremely hard, very merciless in a way that I sincerely had a ton of trouble. I can't tell what's going on with this upgrade, which sucks because I have to find this executive to protect. Okay, I guess I just burned through my ults in like no time flat. That took no time. I guess I'm gonna go for an experience game, but make the pull radius 0, which sucks. It invalidates one of my passives, but better than nothing. Better than the other two at the very least. Get my savings. Say ow, but at least we get a little bit of healing for our trouble. But so, One Step Per Meetin actually let you set your weight for like what kind of build you wanted to go for, and you could kind of be like, okay, I want to go for like an elemental build and a like draw cycle build or something like that. It was minor, and you were still getting plenty of stuff. Oh, I can't even pick up gold. Uh-oh. Or no, I can. I just have to walk directly on it. Maybe that was always the case and I've just missed it. Let's see. And so, yeah, you'd still be offered other stuff. It wasn't, you know, fully just giving you what you wanted, but it was still a degree of control that I wish more roguelikes had given me. I think it's also one of those where, like, kind of the question of if a roguelike doesn't have enough to let you have that kind of control. So I'm thinking like Slay the Spire, for example. Like Slay the Spire 2, especially, it's super obvious that there's like a handful of very specific effective builds. Keep going for that attack speed, a little bit of weapon damage. There's only a handful of very specific builds in Slay the Spire 2 that are actually good. Well, not good. Viable per, like, build type. Or, okay. For the silence, there's shivs, there's poison, there's cycling sly. I was going to say shy, but that's not it. Okay, start electrifying random enemies. There's, you know, some more kind of niche builds. None of these are good. I guess I'm going to go with just increased ability damage because I have no choice. I burned all of my rerolls earlier. Okay, and there's the big guy. Which, I'm definitely doing a lot more damage to him than last time. You know what would fix Shatter? I feel like Shatter should go until 10 stacks and either trigger when an enemy... Ooh. On ability use, brief moment, your ability has no cooldown. Dash, trigger your ability. I'll just go for that one. Ow. Not that I've really built for that build. Oh, what was I going to say? A couple of different ones on this. Oh, right. If Shatter triggered at 10 stacks, as opposed to stacking infinitely, but then exploding when it hits max. Because if Shatter specifically exploded at 10 stacks automatically, it would make Shatter a lot easier. Yeah, I can't pick up this money. I don't think. Ow. Because yeah, as it stands, going full Shatter just means you're going to have no damage until you kill something. It's kind of stinky. Okay, what was I going to say? But so for Slay the Spire 2, now that you have these like very specific builds that you have to kind of, well, not follow. Turret to the shoulder. We haven't even gotten evolution yet. A little rough. Next one's over here. That's nice and easy. Reduce range, but only by a little bit. Increase weapon damage. I'll take that one. Okay, Slay the Spire builds, because there's only so many viable builds, anything that isn't in that build is kind of junk. And even then, like, a lot of stuff in your build becomes junk very quickly. And so I kind of found myself playing the game constantly just churning, trying to find, like, the one card that would complete the build. And because there was only one card that would complete the build, I was just waiting and waiting and waiting. And you're kind of supposed to, like, make do with whatever, you know, what you've got. But some builds are, like, so singularly specific that you kind of need it. It'd be like this game, for example, wanting to go for a poison build and then getting anything but. And you're like, no, this is I really just need a thing. And that becomes kind of tricky from a, like, both build crafting and player enjoyment perspective. Okay, so you cannot dodge midair. That's stinky. Ow. Also, do not keep your back to one of those pop-up things. They will just show up. God damn, they have a lot of health. Oh, it's the garbage bin dudes. I mean, I guess I need the damage, but boy, this movement speed reduction is painful. Damn. Like, this was not nearly as tough. I think this is the thing that's wrecking me here. Is a lot of these enemies are just, like, have a gazillion health where they did not before. So I just have to sit here hosing them down. And I don't have, like, the cool elemental procs to make it viable, so I'm just kind of stuck. Okay, 2 crates remaining. We know where they are. It's just a matter of getting to them. Oh, no, we don't. They're slightly randomized. Okay. Pre-rolls, decrease health, increase damage. Some of your ability damage is used to boost your weapon damage, but that's not helpful. And if re-rolls is pointless, I guess I'm just going to sack health, gain damage, which is kind of moot considering I was gaining health from damage, but at least this feels a smidge better. I don't know, it's a weird state to be in. At least I only got 2 minutes left, but I also have 4 HP left, and oh, termination time is going to get me killed. Please be coming my direction. Yes. Oh, no. The refrigerators are coming. Let's just hope that this termination time doesn't force me to move too far, too fast, or anything like that. Ye gods. Okay. Well, at least my damage is huge. Nope. Damn. Sacrificing all that movement speed was not great for me. But yeah, to point out again, build-wise, I was just kind of struggling. I don't think we even got an evolution there. Well, at least we get 2 upgrades, which might be good. We get add incoming healing to weapon damage until attacking. Yeah, this one got kind of close. Yeah, did we just not level up much? Because I swear for the lightning run, we were leveling up like crazy. This time around, it was just pain. I don't think I even saw further upgrades for shadow rounds or electrifying rounds. It was really committed to getting me to grab an ability boost. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say, like, when the builds take off in a good way on this one, this game feels really good. The problem is the ability builds is garbage. It's not specifically bad, but the fact that you have to wait. Okay, let's wait until it's fully charged. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's about 5 seconds between. You might be able to swing that, but without any kind of upgrades to, like, speed that up or increase your ability damage, or even scale your ability damage procs. Because most of the ability damage procs are kind of bad. Because it was like, oh, you do a tornado, but it does 16 damage. That means nothing when the enemies have hundreds of health. Same thing with a lot of the other attacks. If those scaled off of your ability damage, I don't think it would be so bad. But because they don't, they just feel terrible. Whereas the weapon ability ones at least kind of scale based on your attack speed, so you can kind of justify working on them, but there's nothing that scales up your ability cooldown, so you're just kind of like, alright, this is actively bad and getting worse as the run goes longer. And I recognize some of this is just because I'm playing on hard mode and I need to unlock more meta progression, but considering I was like, hey, you get the legendary upgrades by completing hard mode, I was kind of hoping I could do it. Maybe it's my fault for being obstinate. I don't know. The other thing was trying to chase that lightning dream that we had. Because we got the one lightning dream build and it was amazing. And then every subsequent run was like, hey, but what if we gave you more garbage? And that's hard to work with. And so it's one of those where it's like, I really like where this is going. I like its overall gameplay, and I like the vibe of being a dude on an office chair shooting robots with a chain gun. There's something really fun about that. Plus, the offices look amazing. I actually really wish there was more verticality. You know what? I think that's the other thing. Okay, so one, I feel like the build system on this game needs a revamp. You need banishes, you need skips, you need saves. You need to be able to say, I never want to see this upgrade again. And you also need upgrade the ability to say, no, I want to see this upgrade again, but not right now because I need to pick this other upgrade. So reserve it for the next level, and then I'm good. Because I guess skips, snoozes, skips, maybe, blocks, and rerolls. And you don't have to have all of those, even just blocks and rerolls are good. But I like snoozes where you can be like, no, reserve this one, lock it for next time. Let me grab it then. Oh, I can maybe open, what? What? I've got a little man. Confusing. Why do I have a little man with me? What is the point of this? Am I supposed to take him somewhere? He's just T-posed. I'm confused. And I interacted with this door, but it's not that the little man went away. What? Well, the little man is gone, and now I have infinite fish. Can I take this into a level with me? I don't know. Probably not. Okay, no, it's gone. Confusing. Let's see. But yeah, what was I going to say? The build crafting, I think, is kind of the biggest issue because you need to be able to kind of mix and match things. And I'd love to see more crossplay between poison, fire, lightning. All the different builds currently have like no reason for you to mix and match. And I think that's a bit painful. Also feel like the character progression system maybe needs a little bit of a rework, namely to unlock new weapons sooner. And maybe part of it is I just need to play every single level on easy. And that would do the trick. I just don't want to do lightning build again, but it seemed like it was the only build that worked. There just aren't enough fire upgrades to be worth it. Nor poison, whereas I think that's it. Both fire and poison are damage over time builds, and most enemies just don't live long enough for it to be worth it. Lightning is direct damage instantly, and so is therefore super powerful, and also has like 4 or 5 upgrades centered around it. I know poison does too, but they weren't quite as good from my own experience. And shatter once again. I don't know. But what was I going to say with any of these things? Oh, there was something else that I wanted to gripe about a little bit. It had something to do with the chair. Oh, right. I really wish this was more boomer shootery. You know, that the levels are extremely flat. And it would be so much more impactful and so much more fun if I was like bouncing off of boost pads and jumping and the enemies were flying around at me. Like I want this to kind of play like Quake 3 as opposed to just like you're just sliding around, because that initial atrium is sick. And I think having everything be on this flat plane loses a lot of that potential dimensionality of me being an office chair. Even to the point where, like, I actually really wish the movement system was physics-based. Because how absolutely satisfying would it be if I was, like, constantly... You know, instead of having a dash button, let me just kick off so I get a speed boost. And if I'm using, like, regular, well-timed kicks, I'm constantly boosting my speed just a little bit further every single time. And so I can go, like, high speeds. You know, same thing with rails. Give me some half-pipes. Let me play around with speed a little bit and benefit from it more. And then also, you know, have an environment that's kind of fun to speed around and jump around on. Tony Hawk's Pro Shooter would be really cool. I recognize this would be like a massive overhaul on what this game is, but it does feel like it would improve some of the biggest rough edges that I'm currently experiencing here. Anyway, it's still fun. And if they can polish out the multiplayer so that you're not just playing alone, I think this would be a hoot. I'm curious about the PvP. I'm assuming you're just shooting each other, but I think it would be kind of fun to have a weird competitive bullet heaven on this one where you're both running around as players, but you're trying to like outkill robots. So it's like semi-cooperative where you're not necessarily trying to like kill the other players. You're just trying to get more kills than them. And it's more of like, what's your best build? But I'm pretty sure the PvP mode is mostly just about killing each other. And I don't care about that. Anywho, I guess with all that said, might as well mention that Last Man Sitting is available on Steam if you want to pick it up and play yourselves. It's a mostly good bullet heaven that with some updates could become a really good one. A genuinely great one. It just needs a little bit more time in the oven, a little bit more feedback testing, all that jazz. But I guess with all of that said, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like. It helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. With that, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.